and welcome back to another video. In today's episode, we get to start on the boat tail. I just watched back my previous little clip. It turned out the sound's not very good, no microphone today. I've made this little spacer up. That's going to give me the spacing. So as long as I don't ride underneath there, we'll keep this tail there. We're going to follow that round. Job done. Hopefully. We've now got to basically tap all that round the former. Now I think most of this will tap round pretty well, apart from this end, which I think is going to be quite tight, so we might have to do a bit of jiggery pokery. I know when I've done this in the past, we've just sort of gently warmed this up, got rid of the material, and it sort of kind of comes out fairly well. So we'll give that a go. If it doesn't work, I'll just cut that off and I'll weld a little strip in there. But if I don't have to, I won't. Right, we'll try that again. Camera storage issues and all those things. This has turned out pretty good. I'm quite pleased with this. We've got the end bit to do. That's our next little challenge. This might get a little bit wrinkly, we'll see, but I have done tighter. We'll see how we go, but yeah. This needs a little bit of dressing up once we're there, but pretty good. I think we'll be all right. I think that'll make this, obviously this will be the underside, and obviously up the other way, this should be the tread, and obviously we'll attach the sides to this. My original plan was to fold the sides and then shrink them, but I think that'd be too much hassle. I think this is a much better way, so yeah, off we go. And word of warning, hammering will be taking place. I have got my ear defenders on. If anybody wearing earphones, could be loud. Well, I'm going to say, I'm going to give myself an 8.5 out of 10 for that. There's probably plenty of people watching, oh God, no, you can't do it like that. Well, I am. But I don't know any different. I think it's got a bit of tidying up to do. I think I'm quite pleased with that. That's actually gone a lot better than I thought it would. I managed to get most of that shrunk into there. So, yeah. Good job. Get that on. Got a bit of messing around to do in the middle. A bit more to do. A bit of a tidy round. So I'm going to say that looks pretty good, even around there. Look, pretty good. Nice and tight. So I've unbolted that from the former, so we'll drop that out. We've got to do a bit of faffing around with it in a minute, so let's see how we get on with that. So with the floor formed, you just need a quick stretch through the stretcher just to make it fit the chassis better. I'm just putting a bit of masking tape around the back of the body just to keep the paint from getting too damaged, and then I'll mount the floor and I'll just try and make sure everything fits nicely. Well, there we have one half, more or less on. A few self-tappers in it for a minute, just to keep that up together. And yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. It's gone better than I thought it was going to. So what we'll do now you can sort of stand back and start to see the shape of the car. So yeah, it's gonna look good. So we're gonna put a bulkhead in here eventually. We'll sort of keep the fuel tank and the battery separate, and then this will be somewhere to stick your spare wheel and, I don't know, bag you want to go off with it somewhere. So yeah, quite pleased with that. Just say self-tap it in, that'll all get replaced with rivets as and when we get to that point. And obviously this little tail section, we're going to do this as a little separate piece. So I think that's going to be a bit of a fiddle, so we could do that. But yeah, let's go and make up the next bit. I'll take you through the process. Right, second side then. Pre-folded. I've already drilled the holes because I thought that makes life a lot easier. Got to put a fold through here. I've put a little slit in here. This will probably get welded up eventually. So first job, I want a little defined line there for the body, because that's the straightest part, and the curve will be from there. So let's go and set it up in the folder quick. And just putting the sides through the shrinker this time, just to shrink the sides round in a nice curve. A little bit of joggling going on, nice little edge. Just making the parts for the handbrake assembly. Right, bit of boat tail progress and some other bits we've been doing. This is all now fitted on, bit of tidying up to do. That's the side running board. So the boat tail's kind of temporarily fitted. So that's pretty good. So really the next job for this now is the top, which is going to hinge because I want it as a boot lid. It's got to look aircraft style, loads of rivets, probably going to make it in some maybe 3-4 sections, see how we get on. So yeah, that's kind of next to that. So I've got to make some formers and fiddle around with that a little bit. I've got the handbrake mounted, which I'm quite pleased with. I think that looks not too bad. Running board fits on here. We've got to cut around all this. That's in its off position. No, that's in its off position. Yeah, that's in its off position, and that's going to be its fully on position. I think that's going to look pretty good. Cable fits around there. Got to make the ends up for the cable. That sort of sits down under there right away. That's the other end of it over there. We're going to probably got to turn the mechanism round on the gearbox so it now pulls. It pulls currently that way, and obviously you just need it to pull this way. So we're going to do that. Got to make the ends up to go on it. Probably going to cut the bar in half, thread it, put some ends on, and then that'll connect up. And that's pretty much it. I've got to cut the running board round. Probably have a little hole in here just to fit all that round, but that's gone in there pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with that. There is actually enough room here if I decide. I think the exhaust plan is changed, and it's probably now going to go, I think, down here. I can get it along under the steering box. I can get it in front of the bell housing, and then basically it's going to run down this side. As you can see, I've got a lot more room all down through there, and it can run all down through there, out the back, underneath. Nobody's going to get burnt legs, burnt arms, which will probably be me mainly. So that's the plan. That's going to come out, and I think we're going to probably, rather than sort of spoil our lovely lines, it can come out the back underneath here somewhere with a nice big stainless steel fishtail. I think that'll look quite cool. So that's going to be the plan with that. So I've got to tidy these corners up, bits and pieces. So yeah, that's that. About that, just going to modify the windscreen slightly. This bit of framing's coming off. This is too deep, and I look literally by line of sight when you're sat in it is right through it, which is just horrid. So this is actually also plastic, and we've got to redo this because somebody's made a hatchet job of it anyway. So this all got to be changed. So we get a new bit of plastic to go in there. Might make it up a little bit taller, and I'm just going to make up, and I've sort of tried folding up a thin strip of aluminium, which I can do. So I'm just going to put a tiny little cap on there, which will look a lot tidier. Still debating whether to put some form of wipers on it. I don't really know yet. I'm not quite sure what I've got or can get hold of, which is going to look a bit sort of tidy. But for a minute, I think I won't bother. So yeah, that's kind of where we are for a minute. We've still got the dash panel to cut out and make. Haven't done anything with that yet. Haven't done anything with the clocks. I have started fiddling around with the seats and the seat mounts. That's all another challenge, but just trying to get some of these sort of big fabrication jobs out of the way, which are kind of there, I think. So back wings are nearly ready for paint, and we can start really, we can't really paint any of the back of this until we've got the top on it and we're happy with it. There's going to be loads of on off macing around, and we'll just scratch all the paint to hell. So these still got to be trimmed off. I've got one fix in there just to hold it in place for a minute, and obviously all these screws have got to come out. These are just temporarily holding it all together for a minute, and we'll either rivet or maybe I might even bolt them together yet. I haven't decided. I have ordered some little tiny button headed bolts, because I think I've already drilled the holes too big for rivet, so we kind of might not have a choice. But once it's all painted, I don't think you'll really notice. So yeah, there we go. Update. See you soon. All the back panels painted, running boards painted, and handbrake and the two side lights all done and dusted. So yeah, it feels like we've been I hadn't done any filming for a while, but yeah, we've been sort of busy on various other things. That'll dull down a bit once that's dried up. And then yeah, a few other little bits we've done on the car. All the bracketry for the boat tail back is done. And I don't know if you see that very well, but I've done all the bracket for the handbrake. That's all on and working. So yeah, happy days. Bonnet has been fitted. Had to do a bit of messing around with the carburetor intakes, but I think I've got that sorted. The bars are on, so that's done. This will have to come off again. We've got to put the webbing on, which I've got. And then boat tail's back off. Boat tail's going to come apart now. We're going to basically replace all the screws for probably bolts rather than rivets on this particular instance, because we drilled the holes too big, so I can't put rivets in. So that's going to get stainless steel bolted and glued up, so that'll be good. Get that painted, get that on. And then rear wings have actually come out bloody well. She's done quite a good job of those, but we won't tell her that anyway. I've schultzed the insides and painted them. And then Ellie's just got just a little bit of finessing, a few little bits just to do. And then she's going to finish painting those, and then that'll be good. And I'll get her to paint the boat tail. And we're almost ready to get the exhaust sorted, which probably wants to be my next job, I reckon. Got to, while the boat tail's off, I can get to the back bit. As now we've decided we're going to route it sort of up through here and out. Probably a nice sort of fishtail on the back. And I reckon that'll look quite good. So yeah, and then just one other last little job. I've got to sort the window out, get rid of the plastic, probably have that done in some laminated. So yeah, that's job to do as well. So it's coming along. I think we'll be somewhere only for April, I reckon. I've got some seats coming hopefully, which I'm quite excited about. So yeah, I'll show you those when they turn up. But yeah, there we are, a little bit of a progress job on the Chrysler. We'll probably put this into one of the videos. So yeah, happy days. In today's video, some tea gets drunk. Oh, in the remainder of the video, some tea gets drunk, many things get rubbed down, and something gets painted. No? Okay, fair enough. What are we doing? So we're going to take this apart? Oh yeah, we've got to take it apart. We've got to take it all apart, and we've got to put it, bolt it all back together, but we've got to glue it back together at the same time. And then we're going to paint it all. And then do we do an update on the what we've done, or do we not do just whatever? Okay. We could add it on, or we just do it at the beginning of the next video. Okay. Anyway.
And with the body disassembled, we're just giving it a quick keying over before we reassemble it. While Andy's been doing most of the boat tail fabricating, I drew the short straw and ended up with all the bodywork, so I've been filling and sanding absolutely everything. At the moment I'm just sanding the bonnet down, ready for some paint. So the sides of the bonnet are sanded down and ready for paint, and Andy's disappeared for a while, so while I wait for him to come back to help me lift the top of the bonnet off so I don't scratch the paint, I'm going to start getting on with wrapping the steering wheel. We had a bit of a practice the other day and it kind of came out like this, so it's pretty good, but now we've made a proper start with some, and we actually glued the starter fit in, so I'm going to give that a go. I'm not going to video it because it's going to take me for hours, but we'll come back when it's finished.
Anyway, look at this. This looks all right, doesn't it?
It's taken me for hours.
All right.
It's taken me 3 episodes. So that's
3 episodes, has it? That's a good marker. So anybody wanting steering wheel wrapping doing, we now have a professional steering wheel wrapper. Only cost about 9 million quid, which is taken all day, but anyway, apart from that, it's absolutely marvellous. Colours match as well, didn't it? Actually, I think we ought to do it in white. Okay, maybe not. We'll stick with the green then. You know, gosh, so fussy these people. What's the matter with them? These artisan trades. Yeah. There we are. Anyway, busy on wings, back wings, been a bit of a mission.
I mean, you're fitting them after I've done all the work.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, all the work, yeah. Anyway, we'll mention Valentine's Day, never mind.
I told you, anyway.
Anyway, yeah, let's not get involved in who's not bought who a present. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to get on with what I'm doing. It's this little task down here, wheels off, nightmare, but we are getting there slowly.
And there we have it. That's the boat tail fitted with a little bit of jiggling around. It actually fits really, really well and it looks epic.